Hey out there, guys. Just wanted to make my 4.5 month on T update video. This is your boy Kai. Um, so basically, like some of the biggest changes I've had so far in transition have been my voice. It continues to drop like every day. I mean, it changes throughout the day. I find that it's better when I make these videos in the morning because that's when my voice quality is the best. I find that as the day goes on, it gets more and more difficult because it feels kind of scratchy. My throat feels tired. I'm still having that. That's still happening. Um, so uh, like I coach sports in the evenings on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so that's always like kind of hard. Those are hard days when I've got to go to work all day and then go up and run the practices with a group of 15 women. Um, trying to uh, kind of talk to them and have them actually hear me. And part of this is not all, testosterone. I am typically a pretty soft spoken person, so it's not the T. But I find that as my voice drops, most people are saying that it's more difficult to hear me. So, what I've been trying to work on lately is just projecting my voice more and speaking more from my diaphragm and less from my throat. And I don't know if it's working, but it's something to try. Um, so what else? My hairline. I'll take my ball cap off, but it's starting to recede in the corner. So along with the plethora of gray hair that I have on top of my head, which is increasing by the way, I'm also getting a little bit of a receding hairline going on. I got a new barber, so I'm excited that he is going to be, you know, hooking me up and trying to make me, look better. I've been cutting my hair myself for years. And I'm just getting kind of tired of that. So um, that's one good thing. And let's see what else. I changed where I do my shot. I was doing it in my thigh, and now I've started doing it in my delt, in my top of my shoulder. Um, it's actually working out a little bit better. I don't have to walk around all day with a horrible Charlie horse, for like a day and a half or so. My shoulder still gets just as sore, but because it's not a muscle that involves a lot of motion during the day, it's not something that I notice as much as I do when I'm walking around and I've got that egg in my leg for a day or so. Acne, it's starting to subside. It's starting to kind of settle down a little bit, which I'm glad about. I'm still using Proactive. I just ordered the extra strength solution, so that should be coming in really soon. And I'm excited to use that because I find that when you use it on a regular basis, like twice a day, every day, it keeps you super clear. But as you start to run out, which I'm at that point right now, and so I've been doing it once a day and trying to supplement with something else, just trying to keep my face clear and kind of oil free. It can kind of creep back in on you. Now, I noticed that I'm not getting really any facial hair, but I'm getting acne in the pattern. Like it's all in here. Okay, it's like all in here, all my neck, all underneath here. Um, I get it on my chest a little bit, um, tops of my shoulders, my back, like a little on my back, but mostly my shoulders. Um, I've also noticed like some of the hair, like body hair, is starting to come in now. Like I've never shaved my legs per se. Never been one to really do that. But now in the places where I didn't have hair on my legs, I'm starting to get hair on my legs, and in other places as well. So that's actually starting to happen, which I think is pretty cool. I wish that I would get a little bit more than fuzz on my top lip. That would be cool, but it's gonna take time, and I recognize that, and I'm okay with it. Um, let's see, downstairs growth. It's still growing. It's still growing, and every once in a while, I feel like it is the center of my universe. I can only imagine what it would be like to have, you know, male genitalia. I probably wouldn't think about anything else. So it might be a good thing that I don't. So, you know, just with what's going on with me now, it kind of preoccupies me a little bit. You know, first, when I first started out on T, it was because of the hypersensitivity and a few of the issues with just feeling kind of uncomfortable there. And now it's less about uncomfortable, it's more about like, yeah, like everything is exciting for, um, yeah, everything is exciting. You know, if I move this way, that might be exciting. If I go to the John, that might be exciting. And it's like, I don't understand how guys do it, but now at least I feel like I'm a little bit more in touch with what it's like. So, enough said about that. I have decided to shorten my name from Kyler to Kai. Um, I was actually pretty reluctant to do this because this is a suggestion from my wife. When I first told her that I wanted to change my name to Kyler and that Kyler was the name that I'd chosen for myself, the first thing she says to me is, "Can I call you Kai?" And right away, I took that as, you know, why can't I just have something? Why does it have to be, you know, customized and formatted to something that's acceptable to you? Why can't it just be for me? You know, that's, you know, typical me, but I can't, you know, seem to be attracted to a woman who would just kind of lay down and, you know, do whatever I say. Anyway, that's another story. Um, so she made that suggestion, and I kind of like blew it off, and I didn't like it, and I was like, I don't want that, I don't want to do that. So, um, and it was mostly because I felt like it was feminine, kind of feminine sounding, and being that my birth name, my original birth name, the one that I was given at birth, is very feminine, and I won't say it. So I changed my name when I was in high school, and then I legally changed my name when I joined the military to something that was a little bit more acceptable, right? So here I am now, I'm going through transition, and my wife is suggesting that I take a name that's kind of feminine once again. But I did my homework, I did a little looking around and a little searching, and I found out that Kai is actually means a lot of things in a lot of different languages. In Hawaiian, it means ocean or ocean water. In Japanese, it can be the sea or change or the action to correct. A couple other things. These are things that I just got off Wikipedia. So, it in what is it? Yoruba, it's Kai means love. So I found that it was really pretty interesting, and I like it. So I'm gonna keep it, and it's different. And the other cool part is that should I decide not to change my gender marker, it's a more or less ambiguous name. So it could be construed as female. So that's also a plus because I'm kind of, you know, for insurance purposes, considering what the pros and cons of changing my gender marker will be. So let me know what you think. If you comments or ideas, or you don't like it, you know, just drop me a comment. Let me know what your thoughts are. Pronouns. I've been seeing lately a lot of videos on here about people being upset about pronoun usage. And to each his own. I respect everybody's feelings and what everybody feels as far as what they want to be called and what they are and what, you know, all of that stuff. However, I feel like when I go in a store, as I've gone in stores since I was old enough to do so by myself, um, if a salesperson comes up to me and says, "Excuse me, sir," it used to offend me. I used to get upset. I used to be bothered by it. I used to say, "You didn't even take the time to, like, really read me. You automatically see short hair and you think that I am a sir or a gentleman," you know, whatever. And it used to piss me off. But now I think I've either gotten to the age or I've gotten to the stage in life where this is less of an issue for me. I've had a lot of friends and acquaintances say that they go into a restaurant with a female partner, bio female partner, and the waitress will come over and say, "Ladies." Now, is this waitress trying to like embarrass you? Is this waitress trying to piss you off? I don't think that they are. I think that they're trying to appropriately address you and give you respect. They're here to give you a service. They're not trying to piss you off. They're trying to be, maybe politically correct. Maybe they see a sort of androgynous, maybe masculine looking person and a obviously female person, and in their minds that conjures lesbian couple. I'm going to call them ladies rather than coming over here and being politically sort of incorrect. So I feel like we got to cut the public some slack, people. I feel like we got to let this thing go of where if we haven't told someone and we don't know someone as a friend or an acquaintance, and we haven't had the opportunity to say, "Hey, my name is Kai, and I'd prefer if you address me with male pronouns." If that hasn't happened, I don't feel like we should have the entitlement to get upset with people because we're making the rules here. It's not to be interpreted by everyone automatically. We've got to let people know what we want, and that's where being active and educating people about transgenderism comes into play. So that's all I got on that. One other thing, I ordered a Uramate from LT. Great guy, just had top surgery. Congratulations to him. I I finally got up the nerve to order one because I haven't. I just felt uncomfortable about it, about receiving it, about my wife seeing it, about all of it. But I've gotten to the point now where I go into a public place, especially if it's a bar, and maybe it's happy hour, maybe we're drinking. I feel that I always looked masculine, but now I sound masculine, so it's really a lot harder for me to pull off the "oh, by the way, I'm female" um, as I'm going into the John. It doesn't really work anymore, so I'm starting to feel a lot more uncomfortable going in the ladies' room, even though it's the cleanest place and I prefer it. To be honest with you, um, I've it's getting harder to do. So felt like I had to find a way that I would be able to go into the men's room and feel comfortable. So in come STP. I am going to have to practice this thing because I tell you, it's hard. It's hard. It's not what you think. And with my action and all the things that are growing in places where they're growing, it's really hard for me to locate where it is. So I'm working on that. I'm not ready to give a legit review of the product until I can figure out how to use it, which I feel like is going to take a little bit more time. I got it last Friday. Yeah, and I tried it out, and all the times that I tried it out were completely unsuccessful, just to say the least. Now, packing it is very nice. I did like that. I wore it out um, one night over the weekend just to see what it was like, and it was pretty comfortable. I have to say. So that is one positive that I um, gathered from the product so far. So we'll get into trying to get it to work for its actual intended purpose um, as we go along. But great product, great marketing, and great information that I found from his site that I didn't find on any other STPs that I looked at. So I think that's all I got, and I will continue to update y'all. And of course, if there's any comments that you have, any questions or whatnot, feel free to drop them in the comment box. Peace.